come in! Welcome to my OOAK studio! Sit, I'll bring you some tea and gummies and you'll be all set! What? You're here for the first time and you didn't see my previous free videos that I published in 1 week to officially open my channel? Oh well, you can see them later. For now, sit. Sit. Yes, you can use that branch. Or that stump, yes. Also, please be careful and mind the giant! Well, I clean up later. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about customizing dolls on a budget. What can be done, what compromise, what is necessary, and stuff like that. But I think I should start with an introduction. What even is dolls customizing? Customized dolls, or OOAK dolls, are widely manufactured dolls like Barbie or Monster High, as well as more high-end BJDs, Blights and Polyps and everything else, that got redone but someone to fit their vision. There are many awesome doll artists on YouTube, with most popular being Delightful and Hextian, but also, probably the best known in the VTube sphere, Moonlight Jewel, and many more who time and time again show us what can be done and how much fantastic stuff can be used to create one-of-a-kind art pieces. But not all of us own 3D printer, circuit, stash of Warbler and epoxy clay, and plethora of other handy machines and materials. So what to do? What newbies and people counting every penny like me should acquire, and what can be replaced with a cheaper option? For me, the only pricey item needed for that hobby is Mr. Super Clear, because you can't really do much without it. The only material that will stick to the doll without MSC are acrylic paints, but other things like watercolor pencils, dry pastels or gouache paints will stay on the doll only if the spray was used. There are some cheaper replacements for that spray, but more about that later. This leads me to the first advice of today's video. You need to figure out what do you like to do best and put your money there. Do you like to do face up the most? Sew in a small scale? Maybe you prefer reroots or doing body modifications? Depending on your answer, you should probably focus on acquiring different things. Some of them are easy to find, but acquiring others was proven to be a challenge. At least for me, a person who doesn't live in the USA/UK. Things like specific varnishes, MSC, doll hair and some tools may be possible to find only online, with shipping cost being few times bigger than the item's price itself. If you encounter a problem like that, here's what you can do. Tools like the one needed for rerouting require some tinkering, but it can be done. Most people put a diagonally cut needle into a screwdriver or scalpel handle. Personally, I just hold it with pliers. It's not super safe, but I can manage. Doll's hair can be done with acrylic yarn or with fibers from another doll. In both those cases, hair wouldn't be rerouted, but glued to the head or wig cap. For black hairstyles specifically, embroidery thread and cheap doll hair from sites like AliExpress can be used to make dreadlocks and afros respectively. And to be honest, doll hairstyles can be done in many different ways. Ribbons and strings can be used instead of hair fibers to achieve more ragdollish, extravagant results. Hairstyles can be also sculpted or made with stiff paper. To summarize, whatever method you'll think of, it probably can be done. The famous 2 parts epoxy clay can be replaced with any other air drying clay. In my case, it's Milliput. If the MSC, or rather lack thereof, is a problem, you can try to find some alternatives that are available in your country or area. Dare I say, everything can be replaced, but not always will the replacement be of the same quality. So, unfortunately, you need to risk wasting some money or start saving them for the known good stuff. You know, pick your bottles. So, we know what necessities are needed, but that's far from what you would probably use for a custom. You can't really sew clothes without fabrics and make accessories without some cardboard. Not to mention tiny decorations and functional elements like laces and buttons. Nothing's more annoying than the moment you realize you don't have that one specific thing to use for your OOAK, causing your entire creative vision to fall apart. So, how to deal with that? Simple. Hoard everything. Broken jewelry, those funny ribbons from clothes, fake plants and various decoration of small sizes, nail art decorations, glitter, styrofoam, miniatures of any kind, candy toys and toy capsule rewards, everything and anything. Hoard, collect, keep it in your creative treasury and hiss on everyone who dares to come close. It may be annoying to not have things you'd like to use for your specific project. Oh boy, do I know this feeling. But you need to remember there are a lot of fantastic things you can do with the stuff you already own. Sometimes it may be hard to avoid that handmade feel, but with enough perseverance and experience gained, soon all of your projects will look store-bought. Custom dolls are a fantastic art piece to own, especially if you're a TTRPG player, fan of a specific character from any media, or just someone who appreciates the art of minimalist life. If this video got you curious or increased your already existing desire to make some custom dolls, please tag me on Blue Sky if you ever post your finished masterpiece. If you want to see my custom dolls, head over to my Patreon, where for just few coins you can unlock additional content and other fun stuff. Or you can just pop in for my handy manual ready to be downloaded for free. Okie dokie, that's all for now. Take care and see you in my next video.